Dear human, dear soul, I welcome you to my podcast series, Conversations with the Universe. Since a near-death experience, I have the gift to communicate with subtle levels of the cosmos. The knowledge from these for us invisible forms of energy I capture in my books, and it is now a great pleasure for me to share this knowledge, these conversations, with you as a supplement to the books. Please excuse me if the terms and articulations are not perfect. Our mother tongue is German, but we try to translate it to the best of our abilities. Thank you. We are starting the last chapter of this book, and it's named Life and Closing Words. I just want to mention that after this chapter in the book, there is much more to read. So if somebody of you is interested in some more deeper insights, you are invited to read the book. But for now, we are reading this last chapters and the last closing words of King Salomon. So, dear King Salomon, is there a subject you would like to talk about now at the end of this book?
Life.
Life? All right. Well, what exactly would you like to say about life?
Often, being alive seems to be the most uncomfortable and terrible thing that you can imagine as human being or a soul. If you lose energy during life, you have to undergo many and very hard trials and tribulations in order to direct the energy of the cosmos back into yourself. But all people who read and hear these lines should know one thing before all. The cycle of going into matter in order to live there in a physical form is the most important, most beautiful experience in the becoming of a soul. I do not mean to detract from the energy form, but I'm talking about the experience of suffering and of wounds, physical as well as spiritual, as a part of the process of the soul's journey. If you are in your energy form, it means that you have fewer physical tools in order to move your soul. Here, you can experience a different, much more subtle form of being. But if you want to fully experience joy, love, fun, and games, laughing out loud, loving passionately, having delicious meals, and to experience all the manifold beauty of the environment and the nature of your planet, you can only do this via your physical tools. The energy state is only the little journey of your soul. The physical form is the great journey. If you have had the complex experiences of the physical form, you will go back into your energy form in a changed state, and vice versa. But never will the tools of the energy state be able to offer the manifold opportunities of the physical state. I would like to make you aware of this today. Life is the greatest, most beautiful, most forward-looking and most powerful tool that you have been given by the cosmos. Please, make the most of these opportunities. As long as you are able to experience joy in your body, be truly happy, love, scream, shout with joy. Enjoy your senses the fullest as if you were to lose them tomorrow. Act out all the ideas that comes to you as if they were the beginning of a new era. Live these impulses, give them life as if they were your children. And if suffering should befall you through physical deficits or other circumstances, then take this experience as another chance to live life to the fullest. Every experience, every step, everything will form your soul. So please, do not let grief and frustration govern you, but gratitude that your form is now being governed by another color of being. The vessel of your soul will grow through this experience.
But what if people lose this energy? Then they did not grow really via this experience in this life, right?
Yes, they did. I'm not talking about growth here in physical or quantitative terms. It's your experience that causes the soul to grow. If you lose energy in the process, this only means that this experience will induce the soul to have another experience, namely further search for the cosmic energy. But this cosmic energy also is just a further experience that is available to you, not an absolute state of being.
So you mean to say that suffering, or at any rate the experience of suffering, is always also a chance to grow, even if it causes you to lose energy? So if you lose energy, this just opens up a new avenue of experience, namely to regain this energy, right?
Right, absolutely. You have put this very nicely.
Okay, I understand. Please continue.
Life is the cosmic platform of physicality. No consciousness could really truly be formed without physical life.
Yes, I know what you mean. I myself didn't understand this until I experienced for myself that going through certain times of suffering will make you richer in experience in the end. If somebody had read this to me from a textbook, I would not really have understood this in the sense that a soul strives to understand.
Yes. You can only achieve a change in your soul via physical experience, Sylvia.
That's crazy. That means that the soul can only grow via physical experience, because you often hear it said that you could get rid of your emotions in order to regain contact with your soul.
This is very complex, Sylvia, but yes. The physical tools in their fullest potency are meant to form the soul. For this, the person needs to be conscious. If you just live blindly through life, you will not experience any growth of your soul. But the physical energy and the challenge to the ego that grows from the spirit will provide many possibilities to exercise free will, consciousness, awareness, and the living in consciousness for all forms.
What exactly will a person learn through exercising free will in physical form?
He will learn that free will exists everywhere and can always be exercised. If you believe and live anything else, you are mistaken. Free will moves your bodies because you have made that decision. Every animal, every energy in the cosmos is moved by its own impulses. And whether consciously or unconsciously, all energy moves in cosmic harmony, and you need to learn to exercise free will within this eternal process of harmony. Consciousness needs to meet different circumstances in order to learn through these circumstances what the soul wants. And this is what creates consciousness. This, in turn, forms every single step of the human being and the soul, and becomes the ultimate tool of the soul. You like to use the example of burning your fingers on the hot stove, doesn't you? Therefore, I will use this example now. Only a soul that has experienced this physical pain and suffering will know from this moment on what to do when it comes close to a stove again. In order for you to learn this, you needed experience, not lectures.
Yes, I know what you mean. So if someone has just said, watch out, you mustn't put your hand on the hot stove because this will hurt, this would not have any effect, right?
Absolutely. This is the essence of the whole subject. Life means learning through experience everything that you could not learn otherwise. So you have to understand the physical form as the most wonderful and most beautiful chance that you have ever had. Use it. Live it. Strive to realize your innermost wishes. Be loving, peaceful, brotherly, wise, in distance or in proximity, no matter how, but be consciously alive. Consciously alive. Experience your life consciously, not wishing it to end, or worse, ending it on your own accord. Dive into the form of the human body. Use the tools that it has given you, and there are so many of them. Live them all. Take joy in all. These are my closing words.
Wow. These are your closing words for this book?
Yes.
Wow, well, this is still a little hard to take in quite yet. But no matter. I just want to remember in the book there will now come the life formulas. And if anybody's interested in even more informations, you will find this in the book. The book will be available from now on. The podcast will be always there. So these words told now, are spoken now, will always be there. The book will be printed on demand, and the podcast is available always. And this can carry on so many, many, many years indefinitely. And I thank you for being permitted to be your channeler. Thank you for this journey. Thank you for your impulses, which were so close to life, so practical, and which have thrown another light on existence. While other entities that I had interviewed before often concentrated on the spiritual impulses, you have also talked about the human side, about life as such, and that will be very helpful to the people who read and hear it here. More tangible, more understandable. I hope in many points. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's a pleasure and a big honor to do this work. So, would you like to have a very final last word?
Yes, please.
I feel it.
A soul exists in eternity. I hope that through the many impulses given in this podcast and in all the others that Sylvia has created, you will become the infinitely divine and wonderful energy that you truly are. The awareness of the large and the small makes the soul the universal, preeminent tool of the cosmos.
Wow. Thank you very much. Love.
Thank you, Sylvia. Love.